Now, the second indoor event he had concerning his platform, that church actually gave him the venue. And when it was time, let me even surprise you people, I was not even invited. It was when the generator, or there was no power supply, or one thing about light was not there. The person that was working side by side with him now called me and said if I can lend them that my generator in my office. I said, why not? So they have a business meeting and they will need it. I said, if you can come and pick it, just come and pick it. It was like, please, you can help us now that you're even invited. I went not because I was invited. I went because I just needed to help. Certain things, you act like a fool. That does not mean that you're a fool. Those little things you're doing are the things that will add up for you and multiply when it is due time. I gave the generator, I stayed for the event, and when I was about leaving, he started with his mumu talk again. You can see that someone is being pushed. Any man that is more than 30 years that cannot take decision on his own is actually a boy. Then it is even worse when the man is 40 and above, and yet you allow people to make decisions for you, and you're not ready to move on with your life. I respect a boy that will be 25 years, and yet he stands on his words that this is what I want, and that is what I will get. You can see the confusion in his eyes. Someone you did not invite for your event managed to come to drop a gem for your event just to support. Now she was about leaving. You're begging her not to leave, as if from the beginning you even invited her. What a funny world. I did not even respond to him. Not be everything be money. Certain things money cannot buy, especially when it comes to something that has to do with feelings and emotions. Anyways, I left because there was already a crack in the relationship. I only honored it because I just want the program to be a success. I have never competed with him, but he was always trying to be above. You can be above if you are putting in the work. The best result for anyone is for you to put in more work so that you can get a better result than those that are not putting in the work. But if you just want to get results without putting in the work, then just know you fail. And of course, that is competition. Compete with yourself. That's the best way to grow. Now, before the suspension of the marriage counseling, he asked me a question. It was like, if we get married between Port Harcourt, Abuja, and Owerri, where do I think is best for us to start life? And if I say River State, since we have a foundation there, it will look like it's because it's my state. So I said Abuja, and I actually said Abuja because it's a no man's land. If you know you're good at what you're doing, with good steps and strategy, you can achieve something. So I said Abuja. But when the money comes, he went to get his first apartment that he paid for, still in Owerri. He did not even tell me about it. I only got to know about it after he has paid and moved in. Now, after he did that, he invited me and I said, but we agreed on Abuja. He said, he just wants this one first, then maybe. I said, well, you can do whatever you want to do. So my words don't count anymore. When someone is not having money, take their words, but not 100% serious. But when someone has money and they're telling you something, then take their words 100%, because money speaks. Money is the actual power. When someone is not having money, just take them the way you see them. Leave it. Because that's not their actual reality. Their actual reality is when that money comes. You see people's true identity, true colors, when they have money. So when they don't have money, just do what you can do, but don't kill yourself. And with this, I want to advise those young girls that are feeling they are good girls. I beg, bring garri and groundnut make we drink. For you, I will wait. If you think you're investing into a man to grow when you are not growing yourself, just know that you will be the first enemy in that man's life. If you think you're a man and you're going to train a girl in a school, university precisely, to be a graduate when you're a market seller, you've not gone to school, you're a joker, because you will be a first enemy. And later on, the situation will change to obsession. And from obsession, it will later change to hatred. From hatred to enemies. So don't think being a good girl is a guarantee for you to be loved back when the money comes. When the money comes, it's a total different ball game. A new game that you have to sit up to the new reality. That is how it works. But now that the money has come, he's no longer working with his special advisor, which was me before. He started working more with that new church pastor and his own family member. Family members that didn't know where he was, but they were the first people that he started working with closely with the other pastor. Who's sad? After I left Owerri, immediately I went to the church and told the pastors that the marriage counseling is no longer suspension, that it is cancelled. They asked me why. I said before it was only a suspension because there are things I need to have clarity about. But right now, it is no longer a clarity. The clarity has become too clear. If I don't see this as a red flag, now wait day still dey break. By afternoon, I might be seeing afternoon as midnight. Pastor, we agreed on relocating to Abuja, not Owerri. But he has gone to Owerri to rent his house. To worsen the situation, his entire family is living with him. So, who wants to marry now and go and stay with a full family in another man's state that was not part of the plan? If we have not even discussed about it, I will say, okay, maybe I was not in the know. He brought up this thing and did the opposite, making sure I know that I don't have say in that money or in his life. So someone that I don't have a say in your money or in your life, is that the kind of person I should be getting married to? If you know you are in a similar situation, it's a red flag. Oh. Please, it's a red flag. Because by the time you enter into the marriage, you will be inside the house one day and they will marry second and third wife and come and meet you there. Because someone that will plan without you will do anything, I mean anything, without your consent. They don't need your consent. Just take what you see. For this modern world, for someone that knows her right, for someone that has God, and for someone that was behind the scene as the backbone. I said, okay, Pastor, this is the reason why it's no longer suspension, but cancelled from its roots and foundation. I am no longer interested again. It will never work. So after I went to meet the pastor, he heard about it. I don't know if they called him. And he went back there to tell them that that they shouldn't mind. Yes, truly he got a place in his state, but the marriage has not been cancelled. The pastor said it takes two to tango. If she's saying she doesn't want, you can't force her. He said, nevertheless, that he wants to go to alone with God. He will travel and go and communicate with God, that whatever thing God tells him, that is the decision he's going to take. The pastor said, okay, as it pleases you, no problem. Well, yeah, but this is what she said, that she's no longer interested. He went to alone with God indeed. Alone with God, my foot. People will be going to do the unimaginable and be calling God. When they do certain things, they strive on it and be egoistic about it, because at the time they did it, they thought they got away with it. But they don't know that there is always a time and season for everything, even if it is 10 years. Your good will speak for you. That is how bad too speaks when it is time. He said he went to alone with God. But that alone with God he went to was actually when he went to do the unthinkable. Was actually where he thought it has become a stupid soul tie, soul binding. Where he will not be benefiting all that is supposed to be due her. Monkey go dey walk, bamboo go dey chop. So because he knows what he has done, he is now in a place of calmness with the mind stupid sense that no matter how I try, as if I cannot love any other person.